Oh my god, first semester is over.
Over. Hey.
This is on board prompt. So I remember all our conversations with God. God has done it to us.
We survived though. Nobody dropped out. Hi Confirm, welcome back to our channel. So in this vlog I'll be taking you through my first semester experience as a master's student at Atlantic University. So all those pictures were from the first semester. This was like first week of lectures, just getting to know the entire school. And this was a leadership course, so we did definitions of leadership, academic definitions. This was marketing strategy, what's a brand, and then like this is just video from school and then back to class. This is Lydia. She was my closest friend during my master's program. We literally stayed in the same hostel. I was upstairs, she was downstairs. This is Tosin, and then Chooks, and then Chisom. People should start paying us for the content in class.
Looking back at these videos, I can't believe that 1 year is over already. Like, I can't believe it, guys. I'm like, where did the time go? All the shaggy, like, it just ended. It felt like it was never going to end at some point, and then all of a sudden it felt like things were just wrapping up, and then boom, the program ended. I didn't even know how to feel afterwards, to be honest. This was our first assignment, guys, and I didn't even know how to write academic paper. Our lecturer gave us an outline. It's important to note that leadership assignment stressed me, guy. My plagiarism level was 35%. I had to redo it because anything above 20% can't be marked. Goodness, tough times. This was Lydia and I. Lydia's at the other side working on an assignment that we're given. Yes, and just gisting, working. So we are here doing a FICO because we have to read.
Unfortunately, we're in the trenches.
Which trenches? The people that are really in the trenches are not complaining.
They are.
This was just like a random day in class. This was our very first group picture as a class, and then this was Tosin's birthday. Tosin's the one in black and white. So we went to party. This was still October, I think. Yeah, this was in October, first month. The shaggy started already, but it has not really hit like that. You see that November period, oh my goodness, everything just went south afterwards. Like the first set of CAs, it was crazy. So I remember that on this day we had a pending CA. I had already finished my assignment. I submitted it. So this was another day. We're supposed to take professional pictures, individual as well as group pictures for our ID cards and for graduation. So this was the group pictures, really fine pictures. Look how gorgeous we looked. This is Jumoke and Stephanie. This is another random day of school. So I have so many random videos. This was during new media class. So we're told to do a content calendar. This eventually was our CA. This was another random day of school, and this was like random day breakfast as well. You see this part? This was crazy. This was chaotic. We had, look at the number of deadlines that we had plus in-class CAs. At some point I had to go and see the therapist because it was a lot for me. Like, my mental health was in shambles, guys. It was crazy. This was just like a random day in class. We're learning about advanced writing and communication skills. This was research methodology, where they taught us about how to come up with our research questions, and then we had in-class practical. Then this was the following day, Saturday, where Lydia, Jumoke, Jessica and I decided to go and see a movie because the shaggy was too much. We just needed a breather. I actually made videos of this day, but for some reason I can't find them anywhere, even on iCloud or Google Photos. But anyway, then this was like the following week on the Monday. We had third assignment for leadership. Like, we had 3 assignments for this course at a particular time. It was crazy. And then we had assignment for advanced communications, and then this was like organizational communications, the group assignment that we had, and we had to do presentation. And this was marketing strategy, where we had the take-home deadline for November still. That was me just eating food. This was when I was nominated and elected as class president. I won the vote, and this was like my speech. It was such an honor to serve. It was. It really was. So there was like general elections for vice president, secretary. So Lydia was secretary, Ayo was vice president, and I was the president, and Bella was social prefect, something like that. So this was just a random day in my room, just resting before sleeping. Look at my tiny little space, but I miss this space so much. It was such a cool and cozy space. I had AC in my room, I had a fan in my room, because they usually turn on the AC around 7 p.m. So from 7 till the following morning there's AC. So this was another random day in class. This was an email for a group presentation that will be held in January, and this was the breakdown. This was for literature review, still advanced communication, and this was theoretical. We used to call it theory because the name is long. And this was the Christmas Carol day. This was in December, first week in December, I think, and so this was like just preparation. They were still setting up for the carol that was going to hold in the evening. Videos of how the carol went will come up shortly. So this was after the carol had ended. I still in school for a while, and so this was another random day at school, still in the month of December 2022. Just took pictures, and this was a random day after class. Stephanie and the children decided to be silly. Oh my gosh, I love my class so much. Like, there was no day I went to class and I went back to my hostel side. What was that? Look at this one. Then this was the presentation for theoretical 110. The name is too long, I beg. My group did this presentation, but we didn't take pictures. So this was Lydia and Theodora's group. Then this assignment. Hey gosh. This was holiday assignment. I were to write a literature review chapter 2. I saw Shige. Look at the list of assignments that they gave us for Christmas and New Year holiday. Can you count? They were like 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were like 10, honestly. Then this was just random bans on the group chat. This was when I had to go to my previous office, Agatha Amata, to ask her questions regarding one of the leadership assignments. So this was when we came back for resumption in January. This was first day of class in January 2023. This course particularly was leadership strategies in the media, and we didn't use our class for this. We used another class, and this was pictures I was taking after classes, like we usually do, just random pictures after classes. I miss my MSc days, to be honest. Though I don't miss the shiggy parts. I just look at it. So this was a very vulnerable moment for me. One of the results for one of the CAs that we took home, new media had just come in, and I was tired. I was exhausted. I had had such terrible CA scores that I started to feel like I wasn't smart enough. I will do another video entirely for this, but like I broke down on this day, like, and this was the day I told myself that, you know what, this masters may be hard, but this masters will not kill me. I will finish it and I will graduate. And to the glory of God, I did graduate. But guys, it was hard. It was hard. It was hard. I'm not even going to lie. It was difficult.
Please, do not let laziness, procrastination, bad time management prevent you from achieving success. It's not going to be easy, but you have to work hard. You have to push harder. You have to be more intentional. You have to read. Even if nothing is entering, stay there, read. Please don't give up on yourself. Don't give up, please. Please don't give up on me. Please. 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 In a few months' time, you'll be trained off your cap with your first class in your hand. I know right now it seems far-fetched, but you can get it. You can. I believe you can. You're smart. You're not stupid. You're smart. You have the mind of Christ. You can achieve anything. I believe it. Even though I don't believe it. I believe you can do it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe you can do it. I believe I can do it. I believe you can do it. I believe you can do it. I believe I can do it. I believe I can do it. I have the mind of Christ. I can do it. No more feeling sorry for yourself. No more feeling sorry for you. You are not a pity party project. You're not. You have the potential of success and you will achieve it. It is because someone saw something in you. That's why they sponsored you. You deserve to be here. You deserve to put in the work. Quit being lazy. Put in the work. Give it your best. I know that you give it your best. Thank you. I love you.
After the mental breakdown, I picked myself up and I moved on. This was marketing strategy. This was a random meme I saw on Twitter. I could relate to it because assignments choke. And this was a class presentation for advanced communications and writing skills. Enjoy.
You talk too much. Attention seeker. Those are the things that I heard as a teenager. And it kind of built the sense of low self-esteem for me. If you have ever been in that position before where you are either too calm, you don't talk, or you're either too loud in people's faces, I just want to let you know that your personality is there for a reason. God made you to become who you are, even though in the worst state, there's a possibility of you becoming a better version of yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. You are perfect the way you are. Maybe you need to work on yourself a little more, but you are just good the way you are. Thank
you.
This was a random day in class after we had finished lectures.
So thank you so much for both.
Guys, I had the embassy experience was shaggy, but we're still going through shaggy in this period.
I hope you pay your dues and let's have money to shall
This was class shenanigans.
We shall I don't worry.
President, what is your plan for us this 2023?
Well, the plan for you this 2023 is to encourage you, you know. Times are tough, times are very hard, and first semester is almost over. So I intend to encourage you to push you to do better, to do good work, you know, so that in December we are training our caps, you know that. As first semester was wrapping up, then came.
Don't get it.
the back-to-back presentations. Like this period was presentation upon presentation, and it was for advanced communication and writing skills. That was the course where like we had to present every single time because we were taught public speaking.
My name is Jumoke. I'll start by saying I really wanted to study law. The funniest thing, because I was certain that's what I was going to do. My uncle is a SAN, 2 uncles are SANs. I have an uncle that is a lawyer in 3 countries in the world. Studied law in Harvard as well. So I'm like, that's it. So in secondary school, I was always doing debates and all of that. Then, I eventually became social prefect and had to handle a lot of stuff. Then I wrote my exam into uni and I didn't get law, which was so shocking because I knew what I wrote in my exam. Then everyone was like, surprised, oh, you wanted to study that? I was like, yeah, I wanted to study that. And they're like, we honestly thought I was going to be mass comm, which I eventually got and I eventually studied. And it wasn't a mistake because for me, I started child presenting. I literally started being on TV when I was in like primary 4 or 5, and I absolutely enjoyed doing it. From being on Moments with More, interviewing More Abudu, working with Happy Face Entertainment, if some of you know the KKB show, and then just going on to work with STV. I loved it. So I studied mass comm.
So these presentations were our very first official presentations that we had in class. So everybody was still rusty. We're still learning the art of public speaking here.
I started working with Inside Out Media Limited in 2018, and that was where my passion for humanitarian work started, basically. So I'm very passionate about the boy child, and I intend to see that every young man in Nigeria grows up to become responsible, polite, useful, and that's because I noticed that so many young boys from teenage years tend to tend to misappropriate their talents, and because there isn't enough mentors or good role models in the society for them, they tend to go into drugs, become violent and all of that. But I'm here to build an NGO that raises young boys to become better men in society, and that's why I came here to Pan-Atlantic University to study media and communication, to use the media as a tool for change, to be able to tell stories that move and change the world. But aside from that, I'm a writer. I write. I have a platform on Medium. You could just search it out, Courage-Atayero, and I have a YouTube channel where I help people become better versions of themselves while sharing my journey and my experiences and helping them right where they are to become everything they are meant to be. Aside from that, I also have a podcast. The name of the podcast is Sex and Jesus Podcast because I'm a Christian, and I noticed that in our generation today, it's such a sexually filled world, and there are so many stories on Twitter, Instagram about different people just coming online and posting body counts and not really caring about their profile or how people see them. But aside from that, putting themselves in situations where they are vulnerable, because the multiple sexual partners you have, the more of yourself you are giving to others. Is my time up?
No.
Okay. Yes. So that's that. But I look forward to becoming an author in the field. I also look forward to becoming a sex therapist someday. Yes.
I'm a blockchain enthusiast. Interested in the 3 NFTs and things about crypto, talks about cryptocurrency. I run a community, Blockchain Insiders, on WhatsApp, and I give people tips and more information on cryptocurrency and the blockchain space. I also write content for the blockchain space on projects on cryptocurrency and the likes. I'm also a politic. I also talk on politics and give tips on politics and trends and analysis, basically. Thank you.
Writing fiction, but now my focus is mostly on essays. and non-fiction, and my work centers on the intersection of tech, art and culture, and how it impacts women particularly. I also run a business. I'm actually the founder of Create Copy, and it's a writing service where I help B2B SaaS companies create customer education content. I think that's
Don't start, calm down. Okay, my name is Stephanie. Stephanie means crown. Organically, means God is worthy to be praised. I'm currently a freelance director, so in case you're interested in getting a property, you can always reach me.
I mean, I feel we're standing here because you already said that influencers are. So I feel like I should be here. But anyways, my name is Jessica Fortune. I'm aspiring to become an influencer because I hope to influence the world positively. I have a career in social media, and which is why I actually became an influencer. I decided I wanted to be an influencer. Social media played a huge role in me basically coming out. Starting out, I used to be somebody who was very reserved, very into myself, and I realized that if I wanted to, make an impact in the world, I needed to step forward a bit. So I had to look up to people who were on social media doing things, and then I started to practice and I got better. So I'm very, very committed to that, and it was in the same vein that I built a career for myself, hosting or basically being a social media strategist, a social media manager for some tech companies and also for other brands along the way. Right now when I'm not trying to be an influencer, I am a social media executive at a tech company. Also, I work as a podcaster and a lifestyle blogger, as well as, what else do I do? It's a lot, okay. But anyways, I hope that in a few years or in my year here after PAU, that I become a marketing executive at some global company and basically make changes. That's it, thanks.
So I couldn't put all the videos because we are many. That was the first set of presentation classes, and then afterwards our lecturer Dr. Obiaya did a fantastic job in refining us all to become great public speakers. Also, because of privacy for my classmates, there are some things I can't put out here. So I just selected a few things that made sense that I feel can be on the public space because of their privacy.
I was like, don't worry, I'll just take my cab instead, and I left him there, and I did not talk to him ever again. There's no more.
Stephanie is such a vibe. She always made us laugh in class. It was amazing. We had the best set of students in class, honestly.
Thank you.
No, remember.
So like I said, we have back-to-back presentations, so I'm just going to highlight key important things that were shared during the course of those presentations.
Life has to move on one way or the other, and one of the things I'm thankful for was my bravery in actually saying, I really don't want to do this anymore. No matter how much I might have spent on it, I really want to move on. Even when it felt very hard during the year that I made it to this point. So the moral of my story is that fear is always going to come. There is always going to be doubt, and there are always going to be challenges around things. But that ability to move past it, even when you're still processing it's going to help. And at the end of the day, you're going to be happy about the risk that it took. Thank you.
And I want to encourage you guys, because dreams actually do come true. And if you dream, you can win. And it's so beautiful.
And I just want to ask, have you ever felt like, I don't know what I'm doing? People are actively telling you, you're so good at this, I want you to speak to me, I want you to inspire me, but you just feel to yourself, I'm sorry, what are these people talking about? I have no idea. I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. I don't feel like I have the skills, I don't feel like I have the talent. Or you feel like a fraud, that if I go and do this thing, they're going to catch me because I don't know what I'm doing. But people are constantly telling you, you're doing well, please speak to me. It's imposter syndrome, and a lot of us suffer from it, but we don't know. But in the actual sense of it, you see people that maybe don't know half of what you know, and they're delivering, they're doing it so confidently. It looks like they're doing it so well. But the truth is, they're just preparing, you know. They've accepted that maybe I don't know it as much, but I can do it. So I'm going to prepare, I'm going to take my time, put in the work, and I'll deliver. So you that has the imposter syndrome need to realize that I can do it. I have this skill. It's not pride, it's just knowing what you have and what you're able to do, right? And then just relax, try to breathe, right? Do the work, do the research, do everything, because when you're prepared, the nerves really just reduce. It might still be there, but you're able to do more when you know that you're prepared, you know, you have it all in there. So yes, we may suffer from imposter syndrome, but it's something that we can overcome. So just relax and know that you have it in you and you can do it. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Julie Courage-Atayero, and today I'll be talking about the art of living. The art of living is making your life, my life, our lives count for something meaningful. It is appreciating the people who make our lives beautiful, who add color and bring colors to our lives. It is to blossom in new experiences while reminiscing on old ones. It's to laugh at the simple things of life, just to bask in the moment, without fear, without worries, without anxiety. It is making the most of each lesson that we've learned out of life. And it is making our lives count for something meaningful other than money. And it is important to know that with value comes money. And when we give value, a lot of money will come with it. But it is going to bed at night with a smile, knowing that yes, I made my life count for something today. This is the art of living. You will believe a little more. Thank you.
However, you're swaying. Yes, you did the video. You're swaying. You have to control that. The thing of the swaying. And I think you were too tied to your nerves. This is why I said it's best not to build too much into your hands. Okay? So it's almost as if you didn't look at the news, you wouldn't remember what you had to say. Then also the gestures, perhaps to vary them, they make them match more what you say. Right. Victor.
So I was having a
Well,
conversation with a friend yesterday, and he said, Jessica, every time I try to talk to a lady, she's angry. So you are a feminist. Are you always angry too? And I had to explain to him, no, I'm not. Feminism is not man-hating. It's advocating for the rights of women. It's telling women that you have every opportunity. It's telling a woman that you can be whoever, whatever you want to be. You can do whatever. It's basically just saying, just let a woman live. And so there's no one way to be it. Just the same way Chimamanda is a feminist, the same way Beyonce is a feminist, and she's more feminine, you know, she's married, she's showing all her curves and everything. She's not fighting any man, she's being herself. So that's to say that anyone can be a feminist, you can be feminine, you can be a woman, and you can basically rule the world. So I am Jessica Fortunes, I am feminine, I am a feminist. Thank you.
When Lord Nelson died in the Battle of Trafalgar on October 21, 1805, it took 6.
So after class presentations, I went to the library to study. So the routine in school was basically work, because I was working. I was working at doing my master's. I saw Shiggy. Like times that I'll have deadline at work, I'll have deadline for assignments. It was crazy. So it was work, school, deadlines, CAs, and then hostel, sleeping, reading, writing my dissertation. It was crazy. So this was just another random day at school. Sarah and I lived in the hostel, so this was one of the days when we went to class together. Fun times. This was Meet the Experts. So Meet the Experts series is part of the MSc program where experts from the media communication space come to talk to us either virtually or physically. So this was the first session that we had in January. And this was with the marketing director of Friesland Campaigner Wamco, the company that owns Pick Milk, Nunu, Three Crowns. Yeah, so it was a very insightful session and we learned a few things. So from executives from media, marketing, communication space, basically. So they come speak to us, we can ask them questions. Yeah.
And we still went ahead and won in this market as you're aware.
So this was towards the end of January. We're supposed to have a meeting with our program coordinator about our forthcoming exams. Because of the election, it was brought forward, but we still continued with lectures and presentations.
And before the white man came to Nigeria, women were honored, they had their positions. But when they came, they removed the women and turned them to second-class citizens. So when it got extreme on their part, that they are now turned to, they were heavily taxed, so they protested and
Have you ever experienced the pain of letting go of a very good person? It's hard. Every day you wonder what could have been and the possibilities of a future together. This has been something I've been experiencing for the past 1 year. It's been hell. Some days are easier than others. Some days, not really. But I bask in the hope of a brighter future. My dad once told me that you experience Russia once, and so I look forward to a new experience this school year. I look forward to doing things that make me happy. And hopefully, before the end of the year, I'll be able to look back to what joy in my heart. And so I just want to let you know that if you're going through tough times, if you're finding it hard to let go of someone you really care about or really want, make the experiences.
Alright. Leanne and Bayu. These were people who couldn't express their love in open because of their race. Actually, not because of their race per se, because Leanne happened to be light-skinned black and Bayu, black man. But it was easy for Leanne to be deceptive about her race because her skin color was lighter. This is a movie I watched last night, Jasmine Blues, and it made me ponder on the issue of racism. Why is it that when people are mixed race, it's easy to call them black, but then we actually don't refer to them as white? It's almost as if that little ounce of blackness contaminates them. They are blacks, they're just like the rest. And it also borders on this issue of colorism as well.
Thank you. Alright. I have a phobia, and it's the phobia for example. Between 2015 to 2017, I experienced like 3 to 5 accidents on Benin Asaba Expressway, and it formed a kind of fear in me for driving. It robbed me of some opportunities later, and I believe that driving is a banal skill that everyone should learn. But yeah, as I said, it robbed me of some opportunities later. So in conclusion, I feel like we should look for ways to overcome our fears and become better people.
Money, no money, no money. You've probably heard that a lot of times because nobody ever accepts that they have money. Interestingly, there's a way we can all make money. Do you want to know?
Of course.
It's right on your phone, on social media. According to statistics. According to statistics, okay. You can basically make tons of money from your phone, from social media, which is something that we all play with every other day. So instead, yeah.
Good opening.
Dollar doesn't problem.
Dollar doesn't.
Very important. But if we think about things we've learned and how to remain ethical, regardless of what the situation is in our profession, it's important that we try not to fall in that place. Do the right thing. Find, other means to make money, and let's keep our profession very, very noble, and we'll get there someday. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Can you imagine a society without technology? Personally, I can't imagine. I normally hear people say money makes the world go round, but now I say technology makes the world go round. Why? Because you need technology in the hospitals. That's what helps us fly planes, get you from one location to another. Imagine wanting to go to America and then you have to go by ship. It will take you so many months. You need technology in the schools. You need technology in marketing communication. You need technology in journalism. So you can see that there are so many areas of our lives that we need technology. So I would say that technology makes the world go round. Thank you.
Everyone has first time of doing something, first time experiences, first time memories. Some which can be very bad sometimes, while some so good that it lingers in our minds till the very day we die. It was a very hot Saturday afternoon. A long time ago. The roads were blocked and there was possibly no way of getting back home. I couldn't trek. The only option I had was to use a bike. A bike. I've never done that before. I thought to myself, so no, we can do this, it's just a bike. So I got on the bike and as soon as the bike moved, I didn't know when I grabbed the bike man and it was so embarrassing that I moved like that and people were watching and staring at us, but I didn't care. I valued my life over any other thing. And yeah, I got back home safely, that's what counts. And it was a very embarrassing moment, but till this very day, I look back and I laugh at the memory.
So this was the same day after class. We were just teasing Jessica. No, I, Tidwak and Ayo, teasing her.
Hi guys, I saw this film on TikTok. Welcome to my.
Oh, the first day using my alarm clock.
This is what happens when you watch Jessica story. I laughed. And the place cannot be small.
So still that same day, this was what I wore to class that day. We had research methodology, and then afterwards we're in school till like late at night, and then we're just gisting and having bands and just talking. Fun times.
My man! If I could be with the ball,
So afterwards, we went back to our various destinations. Ayo, Chisom lived off campus, while Ituduak, myself, Sarah, we lived on campus. So this is what school looks like at night. And towards exam period, we're out often because we're in class to study. Even though sometimes I used to avoid class because it's just gist, will be gisting. But those are fun times. This is Lydia. Those are memories I would forever cherish and hold dear in my heart. We really had a great time of bonding during the master's period. So this was another day of school. Lydia and I, we lived in the same hostel, so we went to class together. This was after lectures, class shenanigans, me just bullying my classmate, Bella. And I was telling him to take videos of me.
When will you submit it to me? Okay.
So organizational communication, Dr. Nelson was the first person to finish his curriculum for the semester. Like, this was the first class that we finished in first semester. We're so happy and excited. By the way, he has an awesome sense of humor. This was also the last class for leadership, and then this was another day in school. After lectures, we had Meet the Expert series, this was the last expert series for first semester, and it was with the founder of Noah's Ark, Mr. Larry Adisa, the founder of Noah's Ark Communication.
Ayo, what are you saying? Careful.
They did more at home because oftentimes they lead the ideation process. But it's not meant to be like that. I've also worked with fantastic art directors, very intelligent, but most art directors this part of the work tend to relegate themselves to the background and leave it to the writers to do the talking and all of that. But
hey everyone, my name is Courage-Atayero, and today we finished Hey everyone, my name is Courage-Atayero from the Department of School of Media and Communications, Atlantic University. I'm studying Media and Communications, Master's level. So today was the expert series, and it's something that started last week. And thus far it has been very insightful and impactful, being able to learn from professionals on the field and that have over 10-15 years of experience. Last week was more on the marketing side. This week was more about Noah's Ark. And it was an interesting and insightful session. I look forward to what other speakers have to say.
And can be likened to that. She fits meditation out of your belly.
So this was still Wednesday, and Etiudwak, myself, MM, and Ayo, we did Anko without even knowing. Like, we wore the same color to class, and so we made videos, we took pictures. It was such a fun day after school that day. Like, they were just making me laugh. It was ridiculous. So before people think there is only presentation we were doing, we did other things aside from presentation. So we had 8 courses in our first semester. 8 courses. A jacket can be used for different things. You could use a jacket when you are cold. You could use a jacket as an outfit to an event. So the same thing applies to cheerfulness. There are so many times you go through different things where you have to get on the garment of cheerfulness. You always have to find ways to be happy, to smile through the pain, to smile through the difficult times. That's the way the jacket helps in keeping you really good, being presentable, and keep you from the cold. 8. Goodness, it was crazy. We did new media, we did leadership strategies, we did marketing strategy, we did organizational communication, theoretical something. We did advanced research method, and we did advanced writing and communication skills. And then what was the last course? We did professional ethics. So we did 8 courses during first semester.
And is that one that she gives her? This one carry am
The feedback he gave us.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, everybody else.
So
Yeah.
Hi guys. I can do it though. I can do that magazine plan.
So here on this particular day, remember that leadership assignment I told you guys about, the 3 leadership assignments. So this was, we had an individual presentation and then we had a group presentation. So each person did their individual presentation for their assignment, and then later on did a group presentation. It was a crazy period, guys. This was mine.
And society is something that precedes the individual, according to Aristotle. So since leadership is a process that involves social influence and the achievement of shared goals, we'll be looking at leadership from the context of the 5 basic social institutions, which are family, government, education, economy, and religion. But for the case of this study, I'll be using just 2, which is religion and education. So, the religious institutions, I'll be using my father as an example. So, he's a servant leader, and he leads with force.
So everybody did their individual presentations. This was Lydia, this was Chisholm's, this was then the group presentation. This was my group, and then I proceeded to go into the hostel to cut my hair because I was tired. Actually, what happened was I had lice in my hair. I don't know how I got lice into my hair, but it was a huge problem for me. It gave me bruises. I had injuries all over my head, and that's minus the fact that I actually wanted to go bald, but this just sped up the going bald. Like, it just made it faster. And this was 31st of January 2023, and then this was the following day. So this was the day we had our marketing strategy presentation, graded CA. And Jumoke said that we should wear t-shirts, we should do t-shirts, so we did it, and then we looked so extra, we looked so on point, and this added to our grades. We were not done with our slides, but we did well, we thank God. It was a good day. We took pictures and we looked really cute. The Jubel Milk marketing officers or marketing whatever. The following day we had advanced communications and writing skills, graded CA. And this was my presentation. The full video is on YouTube. This is just like a summary of what the video was about.
David Mark argued that the Ahmadiyya system was causing a shame to the Nigerian educational system, and even President Jonathan tried to build Ahmadiyya schools all over northern Nigeria so as to stem the divide and the gap between the north and the south in terms of education. So Governor Magida Ali now made a rebuttal saying that you can't just wake up and ban the Ahmadiyya system. That this nomadic school is seems like nomadic schools that the federal government introduced. So it's more of something that you integrate with their culture and religion. Because the government wasn't paying attention, that is why the thing has now gone out of their hands. But looking at Wangida Ali's argument, it showed a failure of the state government, and it was more of like a political score there, trying to use it to destabilize the Jonathan administration. Because if you look deep into it, many of these children...
So Ayo finished his graded presentation, and this young man, Etildo, decided to put fair women at the end of his slide. The way everybody laughed there, it was ridiculous. It was so funny. This guy. And this was the following day. I didn't feel like going to class on this day. It was such a... I had period cramps. I was tired, but I was forcing a smile. And then this was the following week. This was Career Fair week. I think the full video is on my YouTube channel, so you can check it out. And this was the outfit that I wore the day we had Career Fair. On this day too, we wrote our last CA for marketing strategy, and I thank God it was good. The following day, I went for my friend's wedding. She and Misa had been dating for like a decade. I'll share the full video later. And then this was the exam period that had come. So these were all the examination memes like we shared on our groups. It was ridiculous. It was so funny. This was not even funny because we had 2 papers each day and our exams were rushed. So this was me just in class preparing for exam, and just on this day there was nobody in class, so I was able to study in class by myself. So you can see that we had 2 papers each day. We even had papers on Saturday. These were the memes Stephanie and Trooks were sending to our group chat. It was ridiculous. At this point, exam reading had started. Like, I was literally reading for 2 courses. But the good thing about PAU is this: because of the CAs we did a series of CAs. We did in-class CAs. We had take-home CAs. So that forced us to read before the exam. So reading for exam was not as cumbersome as it should have been if we hadn't written CAs, which is something that I'm grateful for. This was our take-home exam. And yeah, these were memes of exam season. It was crazy. Exams were hard, exams were difficult, and this was what Chooks had to say after our exam. So I didn't take this particular video myself. I took it from Jessica, who is also a YouTuber, a vlogger.
The emperor, the conqueror, the lion. How do you feel about this exam?
I bet you say you down.
Wait, let's hear his thoughts. Oh yeah.
The exam is meant for PhD. Not for master students. But since we are aspiring to get to the PhD level, we had to put our best and see what comes out.
God help us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
How is the exam, Chidoba?
To be honest, the exam is not encouraging. To be honest, it's like we're going left and right, left and right, left and right.
I see the question. I can't ask myself, where will I see 300K now?
Wait for the next session.
So, how was the exam?
It was good.
Ah, the positive energy for me.
Yeah.
Why am I just saying no? Just try your best.
Today is the end of the first semester. How do you feel?
I feel sad.
Why do you feel sad? Why do you feel sad?
I'll miss you.
Aww.
You weren't expecting
How was the exam?
It was examining.
What of you, Steph? How was the exam? Cheboke? Lydia, how was your exam?
It was good.
About your exams, how were they?
They were all good. Even leadership was the best. Leadership was the best. It was the most simple.
So guys, this is the end of first semester. Lydia, how do you feel that the first semester is over?
Oh my god, it's not over until the 27th.
But still upon still, even
but
though.
Anyway, the fact that I'm going to be out of this school. I'm out of this fantastic school. People should give me first class.
Wow guys, I can't believe that this first semester compilation blog is over. There were so many memories that were not in this video. So many events happened that I didn't capture in this video, but this just sums it up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys, and on to the next video. Bye.
My hater in this school. A star. It doesn't want me to. Oh my god, first semester is over.
Hey.
You on both fronts. I remember all our conversations. God has done it for us.
We survived though. Nobody dropped out.
You did not die.